Move on to this now. 67 years ago, women waged war against a repressive, racist government. In fact, today, that battle continues, but against patriarchy and male aggression. The women of KwaZulu-Natal face the worst of the scourge of gender-based violence in the country. In fact, KwaMashu is the hotspot of the province for GBV and Femicide. KZN Premier Nomusa Dube-Ncube is observing Women's Day in the township. Our reporter Lethiwe Mdluli is on the ground for us, and she joins us live right now. Earlier, Lethiwe, when we spoke to you, you had a conversation with a faith-based representative. What's the latest that you can share with us at the moment?
Well, William, at the moment we're still awaiting for the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal to address the crowds here in KwaMashu. But I want to show you the beautiful scenes we're seeing here at Princess Makoko Stadium. Young women are waiting for the Premier. They are dressed in their cultural regalia, and I've been speaking to some of them about the importance of this day in commemorating Women's Day, and they are saying that they are seeing that there's a lot of issues that women are still faced with, but they are hoping that this will change so that they can grow up in a beautiful environment and their children can also grow up feeling safe and not faced with some of the issues that women face today. Of course, as you mentioned, we are in KwaMashu, one of the hotspots when it comes to gender-based violence and also femicide in the country. And Mdluli, that I spoke to a bit earlier on, was encouraging the work of organizations to come together and try and fight the scourge. She was also encouraging governments as well to try and fight the scourge and have more resources for these people and for the women of the country. But right now I'm joined by two beautiful young women. I want to bring them into this conversation and ask them about what Women's Day means to them. I'm joined by Usanele. Thank you so much, Sanele, for joining us at eNCA. You know, we were speaking off camera about the importance of Women's Day. What does Women's Day mean to you as a woman in South Africa today?
I mean, Women's Day means many things to many different women. I think the fundamental part is that we all know that women marched in 1956 so that they wouldn't have to carry a pass to go into urban areas. But I think the most important part of that was that it wasn't just one race of women, but it was different races coming together to unite, to say, let's move together to get this one right for women. And I think that's really, for me personally, given me a platform as a black woman to have access to so many things. I have access to education today. I have access to even be a young business owner as I am, because of those women that decided that let's fight for this. Let's come together and do something.
Yeah. And in terms of being in KwaMashu, you know, we were speaking about the scourge of gender-based violence in this township. We also spoke about femicide. Unfortunately, a lot of women in this township are still faced with these issues, and unfortunately, we're seeing the numbers growing. What do you think needs to be done to try and fight it? And as a woman, a young woman in this township, are you safe? Do you feel safe? Do you think that the police need to do more, the government needs to do more?
Whew, that's a loaded question. I think South Africa as a whole, outside of KwaMashu, that's a loaded question. But I think what I can say, looking at the landscape that we're in, we need to just be a little bit more educated. Because the first issue is that when you walk into a police station and let's say you're saying domestic violence, they say try and work it out with your partner first. That alone discourages you and makes you think that whatever you have to say is invalidated. So I think maybe the first step is for women to have safe spaces, to have these conversations with other women who know these are real issues. And then from there, we can try to find solutions. I mean, there's many ways to go about this. There's mobile therapists that we could have around KwaMashu. There's like women centers, more women centers that we could have, so that we can have spaces to have these conversations and then find solutions from women on what can help women.
Awesome. I also want to bring you in. You know, we are speaking to Sanela about what Women's Day means to her, but what does it mean to you?
Being a woman is such a powerful thing. I don't think most women understand how much power they have as females. We are unique, we are special, we are intelligent, very smart. I think ukuba umuntu wesifazane kusho ukuzazi wena, and it means understanding the power that you have and influence you have over other women, and how to raise a nation is something that can be done and should be done by a woman.
You know, A lot of women in South Africa do not like celebrating this day because they feel as if women issues are not understood and they are not attacked by government or by the men in this country. There's a lot of issues that we're still faced with. There's a lot of inequality in the workspaces. Women are still not paid enough. What do you have to say about all the issues that women are faced with? Do you think also a lot has been done to try and get us out as women in South Africa?
Look, I can't say nothing has been done. A lot has been done. Our government has come through for us in a lot of ways. And I think bakhona abantu besifazane baningi phathi abahlangene. Women need to come together, support each other. Women need to educate each other. Each one must teach one. And I think that spirit is lacking. Hence, you see a lot of young people nowadays. They are aimless. They are futureless. They're dreamless. They don't have direction. They don't have any influence or any sort of dream for themselves. It's because the nurturing that we as women are born with, that we are supposed to give out there, is lacking nowadays. I think this event on its own is trying to bring back that sense to say, listen, we are here as a government, we are here to listen to you, we recognize you, because that's very important. Most women are not recognized in their own household, in their own positions. They're not recognized anyway. This event is here to revive that spirit and to say, look, we from KwaMashu, be a black young woman. We come from a location nowhere in the suburbs where you are growing up in an advantaged area, but you yourself are unique. You are different. You are beautiful. You are somebody that is powerful and can actually bring a difference to another woman's life.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Well, William, you've heard it from young women in KwaMashu basically sharing their views about this day, the importance of this day, and also what could be done to get rid of the issues that a lot of women, especially in townships, in Durban, in KwaZulu-Natal, in South Africa, are still facing so many years on. The young women are calling for more to be done, but they are also saying that a lot has been done, and they're just hoping that more organizations will be involved in trying to fight the scourge of gender-based violence and to fight femicide and the inequality, especially in workspaces. The women that I spoke to today are young business owners, and they are saying that they are hoping that they'll further their careers, they'll be able to be big business people one day, and they are hoping to hear from the Premier as well. She is going to be addressing the crowds today, and we'll hear from her speech what are some of the things as governments they're going to be attacking that are facing women in South Africa today.